Hello. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Gear 182.
We have matching shirt colors.
Look at that, eh? It's like
Yeah.
we planned it. You got my message. Wear gray. It's been a while since we made a video, and I'm taking ownership for that. It's been kind of a whirlwind for me for the last little bit, but back on track now. You'll start seeing more videos coming out, not just solely an Instagram page, which is not what we intended when we first started. It was meant to be a video podcast, and a lot of people have been asking, what are our thoughts on, Dance With Me? What are our thoughts on One More Time? And Brian, you and I kept talking like, well, let's make the video. We'll make the video. Let's make the video. And like, it just kept going on. And again, I apologize because I prolonged it. And then it's like, you know what? Let's just do an album review. I mean, it makes the most sense to do it, especially now. Album is dropped. We had the privilege of hearing the album for a little bit. We'll just say that. And man, this is quite the album. And I know maybe we're biased because we're huge Blink fans, but wow. It's
Start out with the artwork. Like everybody thought it was going to be the pink with the black smiley.
yeah.
And then they thought the CD had the blue, and then now there's like a picture collage. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind it, honestly. I really dig it. I think I do like the first "This Is Not Our Album" cover that they had for that little bit on like Apple Music and Spotify and stuff. I thought that was really cool. But the fact now that like everything's out, it's released, it's there for the world. It's really exciting. I think the name "One More Time" is a great album name, especially for where the band is now and what happened. And what do you think of the album title?
I don't like it because I think it's too confusing because it sounds like it's like, okay, guys, one more
That's it.
time. And I know after watching that interview with Zane Lowe that that's not what their intentions are, but I
Yeah.
think it's really confusing for some fans because they think,
Yeah.
oh, are they doing just one more? Is this a farewell tour? Like, I don't
Yeah.
love the album. I wish it was that one that you suggested, The Hard at Work. I
Or
thought that would have been great,
yeah, for the
but
title, yeah.
whatever.
I
It's
do,
the
I do,
title. I don't care.
I do agree that I think it was confusing. I remember when we first heard that. I think you and I were on the phone, and I was like, oh, maybe this is it then. This is One More Time. I think that's it. So
Yeah.
I do see that, but I mean, from that interview, it is cool to see that it's not. It's now like this is their passion. This is their. That interview
Right.
itself was a pretty amazing interview. It covered so many things from.
Very raw, too.
Yeah, like questions I did not think, not the, hey, what does the 182 stand for or whatever. Like it was a very like, like Tom.
Why did you hate Tom? Or why did,
Yeah.
that stuff? Holy cow.
The boxcar topic got brought up. Like it was raw. You said, yeah, it's 100%, but it was so nice to see because they all were able to talk about it in such a safe place, and they seemed so confident with one another on the answers and everything that it wasn't like that in '09. Like there was hardly people
No.
talking, hey, why'd you guys break up? Like it was very
They were
much
scared to ask.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was fantastic. I really did it. I think it really humbled them as well to talk about their situations, whether it was the divorce, whether it was the cancer, whether it was the plane crash or anything else that was going on in the whole Blink land for over the past little bit. And it was really good. I very much enjoyed it. And if there is no more interviews for like press interviews for like this album, I'm fine. I think that covered off anything that I really
Yeah, I
could
mean, what
ask.
else would you even ask them at this point? Like, that's not gear related.
Yeah, exactly. That would be. Yeah, I would
Can you
love
play
to.
online songs live? That's what I want to ask. I'm just kidding.
That's the last question. But why we are here is to talk about the album, and I think
Back to Five Arrows, baby. Yeah.
I think Zane said it a good thing too when he said that it's like Enema. If Enema was a human grown up, this is everything that we've learned. This is it. Here is a perfect way I think to describe it. I'm just very impressed with everything. Even the production that Travis did was amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's it was an amazing album, I think, from start to finish. But we'll get into, I think, maybe go song by song about it. But maybe spread your overall impressions of the album.
Well, I want to say, feel free to cut this part out, Stefan, if you need to make a note. But maybe we should just say our little nugget of information on that test printing that we heard. The only album title that anybody could find on that was just a thing that said Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we had thought, oh, this is going to be called Untitled or Self-Titled.
Yeah.
Part 2. Like, holy crap. And we didn't know it was going to be One More Time until later. So that's what we were under the impression. We don't know if that's a fact, everybody, but like that was something that we were under the assumption of.
Yeah.
But my overall impressions of this album is I know that a lot of people say there's a lot of radio songs on here, but it feels like this is more for the fans. Like it's got a lot of fast punk, a lot of catchy riffs and hooks, but that aren't necessarily for the radio. But I think that's a good thing because a lot of the punk music I listen to is not going to show up on the radio top 40 anyway. Yeah, One More Time, the single sounds like a radio song, but the rest of it is like kind of like an old school sound. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how many radio songs that they'd have to obviously edit quite a bit, but you don't really see a lot of fast-paced rock style songs on the radio right now, which, I mean, could this break that? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, definitely One More Time is going to be a big, big radio hit. And, you know, if it falls in line with the Stay Together for the Kids, the Adam songs, the I Miss You's, the One More Time, it does fit the mold of that style. So yeah, it's a very cool time to be in the Blink land right now. But maybe we can start it off with Anthem Part 3. So, I mean, a solid track to start off what this new progression. It's got a very
familiar guitar riff in the beginning that reminds me of, like, what, Anthem 2?
Yeah.
The lyrics are really fast. It's cool that it has Mark singing on it. My favorite part of the whole song is the ending, where Tom's like screaming like "If I fail," you know, at the very end.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. Yeah. It's got exactly what I would think Anthem.
Or I won't fail. Sorry, I won't fail at the end. Yeah.
It has exactly. If before listening to it, imagine what would Anthem Part 3 sound like. At least in my mind, anyways. That intro, that like little riff, is exactly what I would picture something like that. So, it's a great way to start the whole album off.
Drums are insane.
Yeah, it was one of my most, I think, anticipated songs just because of the name that was on the album. Yeah. That and Terrified, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So yeah, again, a great way to start off.
Does it bother you that it's Part 3, P-A-R-T, and not PT3, like some people?
I don't care. I'm just happy that it's cool that they actually still had a Anthem Part 3. Next one, Dance With Me. I mean, that's the music video was awesome for it. I think it was Travis's idea to do the Ramones style cover, which was, you know, Travis had a lot of input on this album. Hey, like even this.
It was a smart idea to put the Olay part in the chorus instead of just the end, because people love singing that live. You can see it at their shows. Great move. I don't know how I feel about the little quote at the beginning. I don't know if I want to say that word on our YouTube channel, but like it just it felt like that should have been like a hidden nugget and not on the actual track. Like it should have been like bleeding into it, but like it's fine. The song has an awesome guitar riff. I wish it happened more than one time.
Yeah,
it's only that very beginning,
more than just the intro.
But I love how the second verse just jumps in. I think the chorus is catchy.
I agree. Yeah, it's a great.
Video's good.
Great song to have to play live because you're gonna get that feedback from the Olays. But I do agree. I wish the intro repeated itself at least one more time as opposed to just the intro, because that is a cool little riff that, you know, the pull-offs that he does. So next one, Fell in Love.
Fell in Love is not doing well on Reddit or reviews.
It's getting a lot of hate.
Could you tell me, do you know what the Robert Smith thing is? They keep referencing him and I don't know. Is it a lyric that they use? Is it a melody?
I will say, like, just watching that interview, like, I think it was Tom that said, you know, all these references, it's like you guys might not get the references, but we get it, and that's the thing. So maybe a lot of the stuff, it's just an inside thing that we just don't know about or whatever. But But yeah, Fell in Love has been getting a lot of flack. I guess I'm not sure
Yeah.
what word I'm looking for, but flack with the fans. And again, people are entitled to their own opinion. If they don't like the song, they don't like the song, right? Like it is more of a poppier song than I think what their like fans are used to, especially even Tom from Angels when he was doing Angels and Airwaves. It's a very poppy style song, and I
Yeah.
mean, you know, like they were saying in the like Blink is can do if they put out a pop song, if they put out a progressive song, if they put out a new wave song or something, like it's they're able to do all of these different things. So I mean, at the core, when Anima came out, a lot of them were poppy style songs, like, you know, the nursery rhymes, pop
Yeah.
or punk nursery rhymes, right? And for what it is, like, I mean, it's not my favorite or by any means on the album, but it's I think it's still a good one to have on.
And I've heard people complain about that part where Mark says it's crazy. I just can't think of what else could go there. I don't know. Like I get it works for me. It's a good song. I would give it like 7 out of 10. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because it's Blink. It's a bit higher, but yeah, I
Yeah.
can see why like people are giving it, you know, the pushback on it. But the next song is my personal favorite on the album, which is no surprise for if you guys watch. I'm a huge Boxcar Racer fan.
Yeah.
The second I heard it, I was like, this is it. Like, there's no question in my mind that this was
Yeah.
the Boxcar.
It was like watch the world in the
Yeah,
verses, and then the chorus is tiny voices, like
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, and
But
it's
that's cool.
I loved it. I would have liked to hear the original that they had on that hard drive just to see what progressed since then. Um, but it's definitely one of my favorites, and it was really cool to see when they were talking about it that Mark was completely fine with having it, even though it was technically a Boxcar song, to have it on the album. And you know, I think it kind of put the nail in the coffin of Boxcar Racer ever coming back, which I didn't think it was going to. But with them saying that, you know, Tom saying that we can have this song on a Blink album because like Blink is so much more than just pop punk. Like I was saying with, you know, Fell in Love, like it goes down all these different avenues that they can go on, and so having this on there is fine when compared to back in 2001 or whenever it was that Tom was recording Boxcar. He felt that he had to do that
Hmm.
just because, you know, having a Watch the World or And I or whatever it is on a Blink, it just wouldn't work at that time. But now they can put out any song of any genre and people just be like, yeah, that's Blink. Like it's just
Yeah.
they're not pigeonholed into one specific genre.
Hmm.
But like I said, being able to have that Terrified on a Blink album is, I'm just happy that it
Yeah.
finally saw the light of day.
Right. And it's one of the few songs on the album that doesn't have both of them singing, right? It's just Tom.
Yeah, and it makes sense with it being that that song. But I do. That's, yeah, one of my favorites for sure. One more
Okay.
time, like
Um,
what's there to say? It's a
I,
great
I
Radiohead
mean,
song.
they can leave me hate comments if they want, but it is definitely one of my least favorite Blink songs of all time. I just think it's a little too on the nose, I guess is the way I would describe it. A little too much like pulling at the heartstrings. It just doesn't work for me. I get it. I think it's sweet. I love the video, but like at the same time, I'm like, it's a little too right on the nose. Like exactly. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us cry, and then we're crying. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like because I like faster stuff. But for me, it's my second least favorite song on the album, and I know people are gonna be like, "What the heck, Brian?" But hey, I'm the controversial guy. What do you want?
Well, you're entitled to your own opinion too, right? I think you're wrong. No, I'm just joking. But no, for me, love anything acoustic that these guys do, and
Yeah.
uh, I do think though, and I think I was talking to Alan and Sully about this too, that I really think that Mark was the one that made or recorded the guitar parts for it, because it's
Hmm.
very much like, you know, a plus 44 like Baby Come On, and it's very like, you know, having,
And Tom plays it differently than the album.
that's
Yeah.
the other thing. So having it start with the, like, usually two string note chords is a very Mark thing to do, as opposed to like an octave power chord that Tom usually does, and you can see that in the live. But other than that, yeah, the music video was, when you say like it tugs on the hearts, 100%. Like the music video was I think really, really well done. I really do. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely the radio hit of the album.
I won't say it's a bad song. It's not my style. I didn't like Boxing Day either, so maybe that's tells people something.
Yeah, Boxing Day was, yeah, that's a different thing. But yeah, I'm with you on Boxing. I wasn't a huge fan of Boxing Day as opposed to like the other stuff on the album. But yeah, more than you know.
I really liked it. I was excited to cover it. A lot of people didn't like that we put a guitar cover on our channel, but guess what? We're gonna have another one pretty soon, so be excited. It's a good song. I like. It reminds me of like Stockholm Syndrome when the pre-chorus hits and Tom's like yelling, and then the chorus is very catchy. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I think it works. I like the double bass drum.
Yeah, I love the guitar part, and I think it's really, really good, and it's fun to play. It's fun to, you know, it's a fast Blink song. Like, what more do you want?
Turn This Off is just like an interlude thing, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I really listened to that one. It's like a joke song or an interlude. What is it?
Yeah, I think it was
It's like the lyrics are like 2 paragraphs. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice having those little tiny songs that does break up. You know, going from More Than You Know to When We Were Young. I think it's good that it does, you know, kind of break that up.
Yeah, I can't give a review on it. I don't remember it enough, honestly, on that one.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like I was saying. I think it's for what it is, just a good little interlude to kind of the next break, just to break it up. But When We Were Young, I really, really enjoyed When We Were Young. I really
Ethan, will
enjoyed
you answer a few questions from Instagram? Was this song written about the festival When We Were Young?
Yeah, that's so funny that people.
No way.
No, not at
all.
all.
No way. It's just
a good coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good little fun coincidence.
I like it. I'm trying to remember. Does Mark sing on this one? I don't think he does.
No. But still, I mean, it's for the When We're Young festival. It's a great song to promote the festival. I didn't really promote it.
They're going to use that until eternity for that festival. So
they sold the tickets in minutes, so they don't really need to use it to sell anything. But it's a great for the festival.
Great.
Edging. I mean, it's been.
I've always loved Edging.
It's been around for a while. Yeah, it's my daughter who's going to be 5 next week, but that's like one of her favorite songs. Like she'll just sing in the back. She doesn't use the swear words, but she'll constantly be singing it. Like even though I was dropping her off at school, and she's walking in singing that song, and I just hope that.
And it's even like the way that I listened to it originally, I liked it, but then when you see it live, it's just so fun that I'm just like, I'm in. I'm on the Edging train.
Yeah. You don't know what you got?
That is my favorite because it's very plus 44 feeling, and I'm a hardcore plus 44 guy.
Yeah, very much, yeah.
I also love that Tom sings the chorus. I think it gives that. You always wanted a plus 44 style song with Tom singing, so that's really cool. The verses are awesome. And then I think they said in that interview with Zane that Travis wrote the chorus, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I know it's just repeating the same word if there's somebody commenting under me saying that. But, like, sometimes that works, man. Like, Taylor Swift's got a lot of songs that do that. It just works. And it's catchy. There's a lot of their songs that have just kind of a repeating chorus, but it's how it gets stuck in your head, like those Olays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Blink Wave. What were your thoughts on Blink Wave?
How about you go first?
I liked it. I mean, it's a little different than... for some parts from what we're used to, but again, I like that. Like I think, you know, I look back as for Blink. I mean, untitled, self-titled, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's like the fact that you're still experimenting and not having to worry about if you know when they're making this album, just to be like, hey, we have to just make these fast punk songs and then that's it. Like they're still experimenting even when it's still relatively new again for these guys. I really respect it, and I liked it.
if I had to critique it, here's what my critique is like I love how experimental it is, and it does have an 80s feel. It feels like you can hear a keyboard
Hmm.
guy just in the back or whatever, but it's just not catchy enough for me. But I do like the song, and I like that they were trying something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think like just the fact of trying something new when you don't need to. Like you could have just released another fast punk song in place
Hmm.
of it, and it'd be fine. But the fact that they're still experimenting at this stage of their career, when again they don't need to, like they can just release whatever, and fans will be throwing the money at them. So it's awesome. I was happy with that.
Yep.
Bad news.
Okay, so I described this song. Tell me if I'm wrong, Stefan. I don't know if you remember when we first heard it. I said, this song sounds like Newfound Glory Sticks and Stones, which is an awesome thing to me. Like the way that it's like, I'm giving you bad, bad news, like that kind of
Yeah,
bouncy pop punk. It
yeah,
reminds me of like Newfound Glory
that's so funny.
getting worse, it's just like that bounciness, and I love it. It's so great. It's a Mark only song on the singing, and the lyrics make me really question if he's talking about his marriage, but we don't get into the personal stuff, but like, what a song, man. I love it.
That's so, I didn't make that connection, but now I see it.
You see it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
the Stones. You could see Newfound Glory covering the song. It
Yeah,
would fit perfectly.
yeah, no, 100%. Um, Hurt. So it's just the interlude. So I mean, for what it
That's
is,
another one that I just
for
don't
what it
I don't
is,
remember it. I
for
must have skipped it.
for what it is, it's yeah, it's a good interlude. I think. I mean, it's not anything groundbreaking or anything.
Okay, so I
Um,
mean I don't know if we can really give much opinion on it.
no, I mean, there's not really much I
Fine.
think to give. Turpentine, I actually really enjoy. I really
Okay,
liked. I really like that one.
Turpentine or
Turpentine,
Turpentine?
Turpentine,
Yeah.
Turpentine. I'm Canadian.
I believe this is the one before everybody freaks out that Machine Gun Kelly helped out a little on. There was one or two that I had heard that he had helped out. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But did you also hear the rumor? Wasn't it Aaron Rubin that told us that there was a Tom Gibson on the album because he had the Tom Gibson,
Yeah,
and then there's also a Machine Gun Kelly electric guitar some point on the album too, because Travis had one in the studio. So there's you a little nugget, guys, while you're freaking out. Um,
is
I
that on
do like
Turpentine?
it. I don't know. We
Oh,
don't know what song it was on. But do you remember when he was telling us that? And he was like, there's actually a Machine Gun Kelly electric guitar on one of the songs.
yeah,
Like, oh, crap. And then, Machine Gun Kelly supposedly gave some input on some songs. We just don't know what. But, like, this one kind of feels like one of his songs. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, I'm not a huge MGK fan, but it's kind of got that, like, new wave punk feel to it. And that's why I like this album, is it's got Plus 44, it's got Boxcar, it's got Travis's new wave
hmm,
style of production. And I could just see this Turpentine song being like a Kenny Hoopla song, a Machine Gun Kelly song. Like,
yeah,
but it's cool because it's Blink, and I don't know, I dig it.
yeah. Is there any
Maybe.
delay guitar on the album?
What do you mean, like the delay effect?
It was just a joke, yeah, about Angels, but
Oh.
I don't. I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any delay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got delay in the beginning of Anthem 3.
I guess. Ah, there it is.
Ah.
There it is.
Yeah.
15.
The F
F
face.
word face.
That's the Tim Armstrong song. I don't even think Tom or Mark even participated in this, did they? It was
I.
just Travis and Tim, and
But that's awesome. Again, it's just the fact
yeah,
that like, again, they didn't need to do that. They could have just another Blink song, and
yeah,
it just shows that these guys are like literally doing it not for us, but like for themselves. Like this is what
yeah,
we want to do. If you don't like it, whatever. Like it's so awesome to see that, because like they could have played it completely safe and taken off quite a few of these that aren't doesn't fit the mold of maybe what
yeah,
a pop punk 2023 band would be. And I don't know, I so much credit for them, and it's really really nice. Like this time, I'll wait till the end maybe to say, but this time I really just feel like it's a lot more than the last reunion. But yeah,
hmm,
I agree. Travis, when Travis was talking about it, like you're gonna see even Travis, like who doesn't is a man of few words, but just the fact that he how passionate he was even about it too, which was really, really cool. Like we're saying, Travis had so much input on this, from producing to lyrics to like full out songs. Like that's so refreshing and cool to see. It's not just Mark song, Tom song. It's Travis has so much more input. And like, I mean, Travis, when it comes to like music and music theory and all this, he's so far above everybody that it's so I mean, giving him the full reins to do that, such a smart move. Like, I think if going forward with if potentially EPs and other albums and stuff, to keep him doing this, I think is a very smart move, in my opinion. Anyways, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own, but in my opinion, I really think that
yeah, so love it.
Otherside.
Otherside is next. Okay, so this is a Mark only song, and you would think I would be all about it since I've always loved the Mark stuff, but it kind of feels like this is where we say this album encompasses every style. This kind of feels like a Skiba song. Like, it is about, what's his name, Rob Noyce, his old tech that passed away, for sure. It is a very nice song lyrically, how it's written. But for me, it just kind of is forgettable. It's just not a super catchy song. It's okay, but it makes me think of something that would be on the Skiba albums, which I like because it's showing they got this whole range going. What about you?
Yeah, I first off, like when you say like, oh, this could have been on the Skiba album, a lot of people would take that as like, oh, then it's like, it's crap, it's whatever. But like, again, regardless of, with Tom being back, like, Skiba really is an amazing artist. Like, Alkaline Trio, it's amazing, right? But I do agree. I love the fact that it is a Mark only song. I was hoping that Mark would have a Mark only song, and I do agree. I think it is about his previous bass tech, which it is nice that he's paying that homage to. For it being forgettable, I've gone back to the song a few times now already, like, to specifically like listen to it, and I mean, personally, I like it just because of what it represents, and I don't know 100% if it is about him, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because he talks about drinking
better.
coffee and seeing on the other side, and they had the stage right coffee, and it's got to be about him.
So just because of that, like, putting that aspect to the song, for me anyways, it makes it that much more powerful, I guess, if that's the word. I don't know, but I did enjoy it. And then Childhood, I think an amazing way to end the album. I just think Anthem Part 3 was a great way to start it. I think Childhood is a great way to end it. I really, really dig this song a lot.
Do you?
I do.
For real? It's
for
my
real.
least favorite song on the album. I've only listened to it maybe like 3 times. Like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another try since you like it a lot. But
I do. It's like I said, it's not my favorite or one of my favorites on there, but like, it's a great like outro, I think, to
it reminds me of the Skiba and Mark song California. Like, that's what it reminds me of. The feel, how the here's to you, California. This one is like, where did our childhood go? I want to know. It's like the same kind of thing.
Maybe because I'm middle aged now, it's hitting a little close to home. But no, I get what I 100% get what you mean of not being a favorite or anything. But I just think it is a good way, I think, to finish off the album.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could give a much better opinion than me. I need to go give it a better shot. I've gotten my favorites, and then I just hit them. So we should do that. We should talk about our favorites. Give me your, like, 3 faves. Or do you want me to go first?
No, I mean, I can go. It's fine.
Okay.
Terrified for sure. Again, I go back just because I'm such a big Boxcar fan. And just the fact that I know Mark was more than willing to have it on the album. They reworked it. They, all of that stuff just makes it, that much better for me. And I don't know why, but it does. But that's definitely my favorite. I really still do like Anthem Part 3 just for what it is and what it represents and what it symbolizes, and just a super catchy intro riff that I reason why I fell in love with the band to start out with. For the third song, it's hard to say what the third one is. As fun as I edging is top there, just because it's my daughter's favorite, and every time we get in the car I have to play that, and I Miss You, and I'm so sick of I Miss You, because I have to play it over and over. It's before I Miss You, it was Let It Go from Frozen, so it's a much better improvement, but still it's like, geez, get a new song, kid. But so edging right now, so just for what it symbolizes with my daughter, is I think the third. But if it taking her out of the equation, I don't know, like just even like Dance With Me, just like just that like pull off guitar part. I just, again, it just symbolizes what Blink is. But I don't know, I could go on. It keeps going. The third place, it's interchangeable.
Believe it or not, I think my favorite song is Dance With Me, just because I think it's so catchy and fun. I like Anthem 3 a lot, and mainly because of the end. The end just gets me so pumped. And then You Don't Know What You've Got is probably my number 3.
That's awesome. That's a good list. I remember when we first heard Dance With Me, because we think we're on the phone, and we're just like, Olay? Like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And then listening to it, it's like, oh, okay.
Watching the live videos gets me so pumped. Like,
because I think we saw the lyrics of all of the songs before we heard the albums. This is a while ago though, but I'm pretty sure we saw the lyrics, and that's why, because we read it, we're like, Olay, like, oh my gosh, really? Because I originally thought Dance With Me was the Boxcar, and I was like, this is a Boxcar song, really? But I really, really enjoy Dance With Me. All in all, I think, well, Brian, I'll let you go. What is your full impression of kind of where we're sitting at for the One More Time as an album?
You're Never Gonna Beat Untitled for me. That's 10 out of 10. I still think Enema and Takeoff are probably above this for me, but I would say this is probably number 4. I would put it above Neighborhoods or Dogs or.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
it's hard. Like I'm with you. Like Untitled.
The old stuff, I'm not really into the old stuff like those hardcore guys, but like Enema is kind of where it starts for me. Dude Ranch has some stuff, but like I would say this is number 4.
Yeah. I mean, Untitled for me there's nothing that will beat it. Like in any genre, any band, anything. That for me is just a masterpiece at the end of the day. But for what Enema and Takeoff like symbolizes, I have to put them higher, because like that is where I fell in love with this band. Right? You know what I mean? But I do better than Neighborhoods. I'm with you with, like, I didn't grow up on Cheshire. I didn't grow up with Buddha. I didn't grow up Dude Ranch. I mean, I really liked Josie. Like really like Josie. Damn It was like, but for me, like I loved the music video, the whole whatever. I really liked it, but it wasn't until Anima came out that I was like, yo, what is this? Like, this is like, so I'm with you. I think, and I don't want to copy you, but I do think 4th place, just for what it is. It's an amazing album. Like, not taking anything away, but if you have to kind of stack rank it, just because of what the other symbolizes, like what Enema and Takeoff symbolizes for like our youth, our all of that stuff, it is hard to beat. So I do agree with you on that, but I am so impressed with this album. Like, this isn't like in Neighborhoods, you can tell that they just got, they went on their computers, they recorded their parts, they sent it to each other back and forth and whatever. And this one, you can really tell that these guys worked together, and I hate to steal the line from Zane, but they complement each other so well on certain aspects of it. There's parts, there's really cool bass lines, there's really cool guitar parts, there's really cool drum parts, there's the lyrics that, like, I know people say Tom for all this stuff, but I think Mark is one of the best lyricists of all time. In my opinion anyways, I really do. Like, Tom has amazing catchy stuff, but Mark is like, just his lyrics are, and again, didn't disappoint in the album. Tom's catchiness didn't disappoint in the album. Travis's just drums and technique and all of that stuff, and even the production didn't disappoint. it was really nice when they're talking about Jerry Finn and what they've learned from him, and having Travis be the producer on this. It's just really cool. Like, it really, really is. I'm so happy that all of this kind of played. I hate that maybe Mark's cancer had something to do with it, but the fact that these guys are all together, they all want to make music, they all want to play music. It's not just about money that a lot of people think. Now, I know people talk about when they're playing live, and if Tom's like, if it's more background guitars compared to what he's playing live and whatever. Like, at the end of the day, you and I have been to a few of these shows on this tour, and yeah, we joke that it's when you see Blink live in Toronto or Blink live in Manchester, you wouldn't even know unless like you just knew what Tom's shirt was that day. But because it's very much the same. But just the fact that like you can tell that these guys are having so much fun on stage. The crew is having so much fun. The fans are having so much. It's so awesome to think of, because like when we first started this channel, like it was Angels. Like it was Angels, and then Blink with Skiva, and it's just the fact that these guys are back on stage playing together is for nostalgic and childhood and all this. It's just so awesome. And I know you're not a big fan of like just the song One More Time, but that's why for me, like watching like the music video, it was I got a little emotional with it. I know it sounds lame and whatever, because I'm like almost mid 30s or whatever, but just the fact of seeing all of the shots from different music videos and actually seeing, and like, man, like, because like you and I mean, we're the same age, right? Like, and growing up, American Pie and all this stuff, right? Like that whole nostalgia just like hits so hard, especially for where I am in my life. And just because of this band, and I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but because of this band, I got to meet you. I got to meet some amazing people that I really don't take for granted. Like, I know I got stuff behind me that I'm so fortunate, but at the end of the day, I am a fan. And the fact of like what this band did, not just for music, but just for what it did for my life, and like how it did almost mold me, right? And it's just so cool that these guys are back, and it's not some crappy album that they just wanted to throw together just for the sake of money. Like it's I don't know. And I'm sorry for going on, but I had a lot to say, I think, from not being on the Instagram lives and all this recently because of personal stuff.
I love it.
But it's true. Like it's the fact of what this band, that have whatever, I was able to do, and the people that I've been able to meet, and the conversations that I've been able to have with people that I never thought in a million years I'd be able to have. And going to Thrasher's, who makes Tom's guitars his house, and him inviting me in and making me pizza and all of this stuff. Like, it just would not occur to me that the 16-year-old version of me would know that in X amount of years this. And I'm so thankful for everybody that I've, like I said, I've met, and the messages, man, that we've been getting too. Like, just to be honest, like, that's why I wanted to do this video too, is the fact that we've been getting so many messages saying thank you so much for what you guys have been doing, thank you so much for X, Y, and Z. And it's just, it really humbles you. It really, really does. And I don't take that for granted at all. And Brent, I know you don't as well. Like, I know you and I have so many talks of like just of the awe of what this little channel, but just still little, but like this little channel has been able to do in such a certain amount of time. So I don't know, it's my ramble, I guess, for the
video. Man, I like it. I'm gonna sound like Tom in the Zane Lowe interview. Is like, how do I top that? Like, what do I do? So like, the way that, I mean, yes, I get critical because it's fun, it's controversial, whatever, but as far as like Blink releasing an album with Tom again, like, I can't complain. And I can't complain about any of these songs. Like, it's crazy for me to actually complain. I'm not. I'm just having fun with it. I'm so grateful to have this music back. I'm grateful to have Strats back, and Fenders, and guitars you can buy. In 2023, you can go buy your favorite band's guitar. Holy cow.
Isn't that wild? That's so
like, we never
wild.
would have thought that would be possible. Like, anybody that wanted that guitar before can now buy it, and it's almost the same. And it's like, got parts that are better. So like, I think it's an exciting time to be a Blink fan. if you hear me say like a song doesn't work, that doesn't mean I like hate it or anything. Like I'm so grateful to have them making music and doing this again. I'm just as stoked as you are, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
I very, very excited to see where this all goes, because I think the way that they've been talking, the way that they've been, whatever, this isn't the last album, whether it's EPs or whatever. Like, it's
The One More Time is not one more album. We now know that for sure.
yeah. And yeah, like I think that I'm really excited to see kind of where it goes from here, because
I just hope that people, I mean, because there's some toxic social media out there. I just hope that people can just like embrace the fans, make more friends with each other. Don't get in fights about this. Don't insult people for their, guitar covers, or if they are trying to sing these songs. Like, just embrace it. Like, love each other.
I couldn't agree. It's so hard to, getting to seeing what people post on stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just the fan base should just be one. Like, this is such an amazing time to be a part.
We would
of
not
this
have
fan.
the friends that we've made. That we have a group chat literally right now talking to us without this community, man.
Yeah. It's a solid.
Anyway, let's end it with my favorite part. What do you got on your desk, Stefan? What do you got?
On my desk. I don't have anything on my desk right now.
I have something right here.
What do you have?
Okay.
I hate how you put me in the spot.
If you remember, I had one of Travis's sticks from the show in 04, from Blink in 04, and I got it signed by Plus 44 right here. So I had this stick, and then with you, I got this stick in 2023. Look at this cool stick holder from Etsy. How awesome.
Yeah, that is actually really cool.
So I get to show it off. It's hard to show off in photos, so like people can finally see like a video of how cool that is.
Yeah. I mean, my Travis
cool?
my Travis stick is back there. But one cool thing that I'm going to say that is not Blink related, but that my daughter colored for me is.
Yeah, that's even better.
She is, which I am so stoked on. Obsessed.
What flavor is that pizza? Just blood?
It's tomato sauce. That's she's 5. No, but it's so cool that she's into she's
colors, right?
Which is she's 5 and I can't even draw like this. I'm half illiterate, but the fact that it's cool just to see that these kids are mine anyways, that are so into stuff that I was into, like Mario and Ninja Turtles and even like Marvel.
You
and
call
stuff.
him Mario?
Mario. I actually call him Mario. That was the first time I said Mario. I realized I said it. I was like,
what? Are you a fan?
Who am I? Like,
Mario brother?
Who am I trying to be? But no, it's cool. We saw the Ninja Turtles movie, and she became obsessed. So she has all of the even this. I'll show you really quick. She got the Michelangelo, and my favorite is Leo. So I have from the new movie, which is really good. Go see it, by the way, in theaters now. But she's really big into Michelangelo, and it's awesome. It's really cool to relive that. It's like Christmas. Like when you're an adult, you're like it's not the same. But once you have kids, it's like it's the whole magical experience. It's really cool. So it's cool to see. So I didn't know she was going to get that big, because the second we watched the movie, we had to go to Toys R Us. Canada, we still got Toys R Us. Toys R Us, and it's coming back for you guys apparently, hey?
I hope so.
I heard there's 40 or 50 stores coming. It's
please.
But yeah, and going to buy the figures and stuff. It was so surreal.
If you've watched the YouTube video this long, thank you. Some people we've been told this part is their favorite part. So, Stefan, I'm going to ask you one more question, then we'll just end it. It's really quick. Are we ever going to get the Padre video? I keep getting that question. What?
Oh, sorry, my mic was good. Yeah, honestly,
okay.
I think I'm ready. And the only reason why, it wasn't because I was like, I don't want to talk about it. It's because for a lot, and I know you, Brian, you know this already, but there's a lot of history with Padre that people don't really
that you were still trying to uncover for years. Yeah.
And I think I have all of the information now, so I can actually release it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that I'm lying about stuff, which is fine.
You are.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
You're
it's
lying.
This was actually Slash's guitar for like a year. No,
What?
but it's. I think, anyways, because I'm a loser and a nerd when it comes to this stuff. But there's some really cool little tidbit of information for stuff like for Padre and for the person who keeps commenting, can you or invert your camera so it looks right? Because we're using Discord to record. Because again, I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Is mine backwards?
No,
Or is
like I don't
it-
get what's
Oh,
up. I don't get what's up with mine. But just leave me alone and let me live my life and let Padre look like it's a
He
left-handed.
just has a bunch of lefties, dude. That's all he's got.
Well, you know, I'm actually left-handed.
Oh wow.
There's another little tidbit when you have your
Wow.
your quiz night on me.
We should turn these into like TikTok shorts.
We
Like,
could. So remember, my favorite Ninja Turtle is Leonardo. I'm
Mine is
left-handed. Raph?
Left-handed. Yeah, Raph. I'm
a good-
right-handed.
That's a good one. Raph is good. I go back and forth between Raph and Leo because I think I'm
It's because of
mentally
the original
unstable. So
movie. You remember when he was such a BA and he was in that tub and stuff? That sold me as a
I
kid.
love how that's what sold you as a kid is Raphael naked in a bathtub.
They're all naked, but like he was in that tub and he was like,
You made it weird.
Yeah,
You
okay,
made
well,
it weird.
On that note, we need to end this video.
But I do agree, Raph is actually really sick. But yeah, so thank you so much for putting up with the time. And again, it's not Brian's. I take full ownership that it took this long. But don't worry, it's good. There's more now to come that I'm able to do it now. So thank you so much, guys. I really look forward to the next video and this train one more time. Keep going. So. On that note, thank you guys. We will
Love each other.
see you in
Be
the next.
nice to
Yes,
each other.
please. Life's too short to be rude behind a keyboard. It really is. But yeah. Okay, guys. See you later.